Okay, so I guess we are live. Let me see here. Let me try to get a good angle so you can actually see the cards. Sorry, unprofessional, I know. Oh well. So, Aimee, this is a reading for you, and I want to thank you for joining me. I'm feeling pretty confident about this reading. There, I think that'll be good. Okay, I want you to be able to see the cards. So the way I see it is we're going to look at your options. And we're going to look at 3 options. The first one, either you stay in California, obviously, like you move out, you're definitely moving out. We've decided that already. You're moving out. So the first option is either you stay in California. Second option is you move back to New York. We're also going to look at a third option, which might be something like if you just keep the status quo, or something that we haven't considered yet. So we're just going to look at a third option to see what else is out there. All right. And like I told you, it's probably going to be a long video. I'm just shuffling the cards now. I feel like I'm trying to rush myself already. But let's have fun with this. So I shuffled these up pretty good before I started rolling, but I just feel like shuffling more. Also, do you like my glove thingies? I forgot I had them. I got my chocolate milk like always. And I wanted to show you this tree. This is what Brittany got me for Secret Santa. So I got this yesterday. This is Soda Light, which I'm sure you already know what it is. But in case my camera's not very good. So I have that here. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a 9-card spread. I think last time we did 7 cards. And basically it's just going to be like 3 readings of 3 cards. Oops, spreads. No, you don't do that. Stop it. I know some people like to look at cards if they fall out of the deck when you're shuffling, but for me, I just feel like I'm just clumsy. So I just put the cards back in. I don't feel like it's ready to come out yet. So I don't know. I guess I like shuffling right now. So all right, let's get this started. So yep, this is gonna be a 9-card spread. And some things I think we want to look for. I want to make sure that whatever you choose, and again, like this is your choice. It's not like the tarot is telling you to do this thing. This is just for advice, whatever choice you make. But one thing I want to make sure, whatever choice you do make, is that you consider prosperity and your happiness. So that's one thing we're going to be looking for in the cards is for prosperity. We should see there are a few cards, especially the suit of discs related to work and stuff like that. And happiness, we'll just see. There should be like some major arcanas in there too, probably. So I know I already cut it, but I'm going to cut it one more time, to be honest. Okay. Can you see this? Up a little bit. So this top row is going to be if you stay in California. Middle row is if you move to New York. And then this is going to be, can you see the third row? No, well, that's all right. We'll get to that later. There's a third row here of 3 cards to see if there's any other options that we didn't think of or something like that. I can't move you too far back because it's like up to my face. All right, so let's see what happens if you move out, but if you stay in California. Ooh, the Knight of Swords. Now, he's been showing up a lot in my personal readings. He showed up a lot when I was thinking what to do with the cats when I first got them. or when they got big enough or too big for me, and I had to decide what to do with them. So he suggested swift action to me. So I'm not really surprised that he's actually showed up here tonight for your reading. The moon. This card, there's a lot of depth to this card. The only thing I've just started to grasp is illusion. But also the moon is like a light in the dark. But the moon, it's constantly changing. So I usually like to look at a card for a while before moving on to the next one. But for some reason, I'm flipping all these over. And the 5 of Wands is strife. So this is if you stay in California. But if you move out of your dad's house. So let's dig into this first for a minute. What are your initial feelings about these cards? Let me show you up close, if you can see them. Hang on, let me stand up. I actually got it figured out so I can actually see what I'm showing you now. So this is, where's the camera? This is the Knight of Swords. So definitely like fast acting. Oops, sorry. And as a knight and of swords, knights, like they have a mission and they are prepared for battle, basically. Swords is the suit of intellect. So I think this is a good representation of you dealing with this verbal going back and forth kind of deal. And it seems to be very, I don't want to say like one-sided, but it's like there's some kind of, obviously, a block between you and definitely Katie, of where she's just not seeing things your way and she just refuses to see things. You're like, I don't need a card to determine that. But yeah, there's definitely something like in the way, and I don't know if you're going to ever find a way to get over it, because it's also up to her as well. If you're arguing with somebody, how should I put it? If you're arguing with someone, like, you'll never get your point across if they're just always closed-minded, And so the moon, this is what the moon looks like. I might want to look at one of my books for this one, and then strife. Oh, I forgot to mention. We can look at it as these cards, their placement, either as like 3 months. So this would be like 1 month. So I guess like the month of January, February, March. Or if you want to look at it for the whole year, I thought I'd kind of leave this up to you. Like this could be the first 4 months of the year, the middle of the year, and then the last 4 months of the year. So I guess depending on the interpretations, we'll see how, because I want to give you like some kind of timeline at least. So, can you excuse me 1 second? I think Reginald's getting into something. Hey! Yep, he was. Sorry about that. My naughty boy. I figured he's like the spoiled, or no, the bratty teenage prince of the house. That's what he's like. So I'm gonna go open this book, or actually let's start with this one. This will be more straightforward. Let me get the moon. Back here, we'll do it like this. Major Arcana. 27. Oh man, this is all about the moon right here. It has several pages. Oh geez. All right. The ever-changing moon is set up in the night sky with the star. All that flows is balanced in rhythm with the moon. The moon governs water on Earth, ocean tides, the weather, and the fluids of the human body, animals, and plants. This is basically just talking about the moon. I want the... And it goes into the phases. Oh, that's why. All right, so divinatory meaning, according to this, you are in the middle of a form of evolution. You no longer desire what you did in the past, but you have not yet developed a new sensibility or emotional response. You are unformed, but begin to take on new shape. Events may take more time than anticipated, and the outcome may differ from the original intent. Huh. So I think part of that is accurate. To receive the moon card indicates that you will experience the moon's 8-phase cycle, but your outcome is not guaranteed. The plant might not survive. But this is not a card of lunacy, as some tarot interpretations have claimed, but sometimes in the middle of a moon change, one may feel a little off balance. Let's see. All right, so that's that one. Hang on a second. I knew it was a mistake letting Reginald out. What are you doing now? Where is he? What are you doing up there? Aw. Nosy boy. Hello. Okay. I hope that's the last time I get up. Sorry. Let's see now what this one says about the moon. Can you hear him and Chipper running around? The moon, what is that, 104? Watchmen. There's a lot in this book. Just trying to look at like which one would be the most beneficial to you. I feel so unprofessional right now. I apologize. But if I don't want to take too long, but if I were to pick something about and relate it to you from this card, definitely some kind of illusion or something hidden from you. Not saying that like someone's keeping a secret from you, but at least not right now anyway. That, or you can focus on the light and the dark situation. Like right now, it's kind of like you're in the dark, and you're in a spot where you want to get out of. So you just got to keep following that light to get out of it. I feel like that's what's most important for you right now, is from that card anyway. And then strife, obviously, not what you want if you stay in California. I'm not seeing anything either about any prosperity, and happiness, probably, definitely not. But again, I could be wrong. I don't want to tell you something like, oh, like, don't do it, because really we're just looking at pictures right now. All right, so I think we're going to move on, and we can come back to this if I want to. Can you see the middle ones now? All right. So if you were to move back to New York, to what? Oh, the universe. That's a good one. So this is like at the end of the major arcana. You've gone through the entire what's called the Fool's Journey. That includes all the other major cards. You've learned all of these lessons. It's pretty much like completion. But again, though, your journey is not over yet, though. If you move back to New York, like you still have to, it's almost like starting a new chapter, I would say. Because obviously, like, you're not done with what you're doing. The Eight of Swords, interference. Oh, this one came out for me once before, too. And I forget what. So you got two swords here, two sword cards. This one's a court card. Also, court cards can be interpreted as other people in your life. So this could easily represent Katie, how she's always coming at you. And the way I see it, also, like, she's not alone. Like, she could be the knight and your dad could be like her trusty steed, you know. And there's also like these birds down here. Like, they always have something. So what else? Art. So this one's also a major arcana card. This one has to do heavily with alchemy. And I would say like synthesis. Taking something and making it into something else for your own benefit, something that could be more valuable. So overall, moving to New York wouldn't be a bad idea. But again, like, I'm not really seeing anything that's like financially, like, you're definitely going to make money doing this. So maybe that's not even a part of the question, but I mean, it should be. You should be considering your finances, but the cards here are telling something else. I'm going to look up interference here. Swords. Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of overwhelming confusion. If too much on the mind. I can read. The Rider-Waite deck image is of a woman bound, blindfolded, and encircled by 8 swords. She stands in the mud, unable to act. The word on the Crowley deck is interference, showing 6 swords imprisoned behind 2 other swords. The astrological attribute is Jupiter in Gemini. Doors open under the guidance of Jupiter, but Gemini is chaotically scattered everywhere. Divinatory meaning: mental overwhelm, exhaustion, and confusion. Obtain clarity about what really requires your attention. Make a list of all the things to do that are overwhelming you, and only do 2 or 3 things from the list. I think that's a good idea for you to do now. Make a list of the things to do that are overwhelming you, and only do 2 or 3 things from that list. It doesn't say like 2 or 3 things a day or at all or something, but so yeah, it's there's going to be, I wouldn't say a conflict, but some kind of, again, maybe like another mental block, because like this said, like these 6 swords in the background. I also know how they're going different directions. Or I also wonder, this wouldn't be something more of like what to do professionally, but it's almost like you would have like a decision to make almost, or something's out of your control and you have to make a decision about it. And again, this could be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or 3 months. No, I'm sorry, 4 months, 8 months, 12 months. However you want to look at it. I wish I knew more so I could go more in depth about each one, but I'm not that good yet. So I hope you're liking it so far. And I think we should continue on to the last part. This is going faster than I thought it would. I think last time I did a reading for you, though, it was so long. I think I was trying to like get everything out of the cards, and I really just, these cards, especially like these major ones, there's just so much to them. I don't possibly have any idea of like what it's really trying to get across here. But overall, I think this is a good choice. I mean, there's definitely going to be some interference. All right, so let's see. So a third option, this could be whether you keep the status quo if you don't move out, which I highly do not advise, or if there's something else that you can do. Like I said, you might want to think about like moving to a different state if there is a job for you out there. So let's see. Oh, the Fool. Okay. Another major card. So again, I think definitely if you kept the status quo, it's also, so it's interesting here. Like I said, the universe is it the last one or the second to last one? I'm sorry, I'm just watching Reginald. He's like smothering Mama on the chair. So you might hear some scuffling in a minute. But it's interesting how this one's at the end of the majors, and this one is the very beginning of the entire tarot deck. Hang on one second. All right, that should be the last time. Reginald is now confined to the bedroom. So yeah, so it's interesting how the Fool, it's not that he's stupid, it's just he has a hell of a lot to learn. And it's almost would be like if you stayed in the position where you are now. It's like you didn't learn your lesson yet. And that's essentially what the Fool is that he hasn't learned a lesson yet. Ooh, the Knight of Cups. So we have another Knight. This one has to do more with emotions, and the Swords has to do more with intellect. So emotions, obviously, we want to look for happiness. But again, a knight is someone who's prepared for battle, right? Or they're on a mission. But then we have the Five of Swords, defeat. Here, I'll show you these ones. So this is the Fool. I wish I could give you like a clear choice of like which one to take. Can you even see these? I'm sorry. Let me get these out of the way. Totally forgot. There you go. And this is the Five Swords. So yeah, so I think this is more reflective of if you were to stay, like if nothing changed, if you like didn't take out that loan or didn't get another apartment or something like that, or didn't move back to New York. It's like as if like you haven't learned your lesson. Like it's also a cycle The Fool is the 0 card, and there's also this spiral going around. So it's just this endless cycle that you have to break yourself out of. The Knight of Cups. What does he want us to know? I get a sense of support from this card. This could be from your friends. But I don't think it's not without a bit of difficulty, because you wouldn't need, your friend's support or something like that if you weren't in a difficult situation already. So I think that's what's underneath, and then this would be on the surface of that. And then obviously defeat. Swords, again, has to do with the intellect. So I see it as kind of like, not everybody, but obviously like 2 major people in your life right now are kind of like against you. So it's obviously not going to get better in the next few months, I don't think. I honestly, without the cards, I don't think that she's going to like just flip a switch and be like, oh, yeah, you're right. I totally see things your way, or I'll try to see things your way. I think she's just going to stay the way that she is. She's obviously, I don't think she's going to change at all. So, and even if you don't stay living with your dad, there's still stuff that you can take from these 3 cards. Some advice that you could take. So, but I want to try to give you a clear picture on what decision to make. And put these 3 aside. So again, this is if you move to New York. I didn't see anything. There's nothing about discs in here at all. A lot of swords. There's 1 wand and 2 knights and 4 majors altogether. Honestly, I think because I don't want to tell you like move out of California, but if that's not what you want to do. But I think if you moved to New York, and again, I don't want you to be like totally depending on what I'm saying right now, because honestly, I'm just what I'm getting from the pictures. So you really do need to decide for yourself if you're going to move out of California or if you're going to get an apartment out there. Staying in California, I don't think will be without its trials and tribulations. Honestly, I don't think money is going to be a problem for you, at least not in the next year. That's what these cards are saying. There's nothing about gaining money or losing money in any of these cards. So I think that's a good thing. So I don't think your finances are going to be a problem. Obviously, like, don't lose everything. Don't go spending all your money. But and if you move back to New York, I think you'll be happier, but there's still going to be some kind of conflict. Like, this might even be like, say you move back to New York and say you try to, or say Brittany tries to become your friend again. Like, you guys I think you're definitely going to clash for something. I mean, you've gone so far. You've come a long way as far as like getting an education and having a plan for your life. And Brittany, I don't want to get into this, but I feel like Brittany and even her sister Kara, like, they deserve like so much more out of life, but it's like they don't. Anyway, that's a different story. So yeah, so it could be something as far as like trying to become friends with Brittany again, like a meeting of the minds, kind of. But then over here, also, then again, we have synthesis. Interesting. Where two things come together. Very interesting. So I think we're going to end it with that. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know. But like I said, I have a lot to learn about tarot, and especially these majors. There's so many freaking layers, so much depth to them that I can't possibly be able to pull from all of that right now. So I hope this helped a little bit, or at least I hope you enjoyed watching this. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I guess that's it. Like, I'm not telling you to do one thing or the other. It's just that these are just what the cards are. This is what I'm getting from the cards. So I guess that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you're not disappointed. All right. Bye for now.